right. And with that, I'll introduce Mateya, who's here from Slovenia to share experience, strength, and hope in regards to adult children of alcoholic and dysfunctional families. And I will be the timer as well when the shares come about. Um, do about 3-minute shares each. So over to you, Mateya.
Thank you so much. My name is Mateya. I am a member of OA, Overeaters Anonymous, and adult child from dysfunctional family. So I have my notes because just in case I get overwhelmed with my emotions, as I feel a bit nervous right now. So my recovery journey started in OA on May 7th, 2023. And I remember that I attended my first meeting I attended was a speaker meeting, and that meeting gave me hope. So as I heard on many meetings, Big Book, Chapter 5 says, if you have decided you want what we have and are willing to go to any length to get it, then you are ready to take certain steps. So I knew this was my last chance. So compulsive overeating was my main and not only addiction that I had. So while I was working the Big Book steps, I started to attending ACA meetings. ACA stands for Adult Child of Alcoholics and Dysfunctional Families. And I believe this was the great foundation for my recovery. I remember that in first month or two, I felt lots of shame, fear that the group would not accept me because of what and how I share and who I am. Yeah, during the ACA meetings, I found out that this fear was the fear of abandonment. I motivated myself to speak up at every meeting because avoiding painful feelings was part of my dynamic. I would say that the biggest breakthrough in my recovery was steps 4 and 5. And it was the reflection of my behavior, personality, my fears, my beliefs. Yeah, I would say that this was my false self, the shell that I need to survive in my childhood. And I went through the big book and the steps within like 4 or 5 months. And then I was like, and what? And now what? I felt lost. I was still dysfunctional in my relationships and how I treat other people and how I treat myself. I somehow found a friendly cycle, Berlin, and YouTube channel, and I watched all Alan's workshops. I got a lot of answers on what is going on inside of me. And I knew that my next step is working on emotional sobriety. Just to give you a brief of my background, I don't want to go like into details, but more focus on ACA recovery. I found the ACA sponsor and start to work ACA steps. As I mentioned, I'm adult child from dysfunctional family. I grew up with my mother and grandfather. My father left when I was 6, 7 months old. I had an inconsistent parent, my mother, and with inconsistency, she gave me a hope. And the next moment, I was deeply disappointed. I deactivate my needs and I gave up hope. And then I became her caregiver. I developed, as Alan explains in one of his workshops, I am okay if mentality. At one of the ACA meetings, we discussed about the fear of abandonment. And I remember that shortly after my father left, my mother gave me to my grandfather, and she was physically there, but emotionally unavailable. My core safety in my childhood was taken away from me. As a child, I needed a hope to help me to survive. And I couldn't just say and admit, hey, your mommy doesn't know how to love you, and it's not about you. That's why I created an illusion of my mother, and this helped me to create a hope. Hope was maybe someday she will accept me. Maybe I just need to try harder. Maybe I just need to be a quiet kid. Maybe I just need to be a good kid. Maybe someday I will do the right thing. So because of this illusion of my mother, in my adult life, I wanted to change her so badly. And I have to admit that I still don't accept her for who she is. And I'm not in contact with her right now. And that's okay. I still have some emotions, some things to work through, and before I decide what to do with our relationship. As a part of my healing journey, in the last month or two, what helped me a lot was accepting my inner child. I pulled out the photos from my childhood and put them in frame. This was really hard for me because I can see deep sadness and pain in my eyes on these photos. But what helps me is to accept this part of my past, and it helps me to differentiate my reactions in my everyday life. So I'm able now to separate when I want to control someone or when I want to be passive aggressive, because the illusion of control made me feel safe in my childhood, but it doesn't serve me anymore now. My morning routine is practicing two-way prayer or meditating and writing gratitude diary. The tools that grounds me, and I'm more in touch with my feelings during the day. Yeah, I wanted to just speak a bit about codependency. And in my last friendship with a friend of 16 years, which ended at the beginning of this year, I was codependent, and I was guessing his needs, his feelings, and try to avoid at any cost confrontation or different opinion. My mentality, if you are okay, then I will be okay, was really strong in this relationship. When we got a fight, my body shut down completely. I dissociated from my body, from my emotions. I couldn't speak, I couldn't feel. And I can just imagine how hard it was for him on the other side to get just a silent. Yeah, and on the other hand, I was passive aggressive, just like my mother and my grandfather. I was like, read my mind and guess what I want. So I was insecure about my own worth, and I craved connection. But at the same time, I need constant reassurance because I was afraid of being abandoned again. In the last few months, I slowly learned how to accept that my feelings would not kill me. I will survive, and just letting the painful feelings go through my body, and this ability to feel them and just be here is a gift for me. I take this as an opportunity to learn how to be gentle and kinder with myself, to give myself compassion, reassurance, safety, and love. Something that I always look for outside. I will, end with this. So I thank you so much for this opportunity, and thank you so much for being here, and we are not alone. Thanks.